Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 9 of the NPA, New York Metapods taking on the Iowa Hawluchas and my friend Radioactive. If you guys are hyped for this match, show your love on that like button down below. 1,500 likes would be absolutely amazing. And definitely be sure to check out my man Brady's channel in the description below. He's a good friend of mine, a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, all that good stuff. So check him out. Question of the day today, as we see a Volcarona on his team. Do you think that in Sun and Moon they should come out with an item that basically makes that Pokemon immune to entry hazards? Perhaps something that'll keep you from taking Stealth Rocks damage maybe one time or maybe for the whole match, kind of like maybe an air balloon type of deal, but for hazards. I don't know. You let me know in the comment section below what you think, how you would make it work, and what the name would be and all that other stuff. Check out the team builder as well. Went pretty in depth this week in terms of what I'm bringing and what I think my opponent's going to bring, which you can kind of see on the screen, of course. And we're going to find out what's going to happen here momentarily. He is 3-4. I am 6-1, and I want to keep this winning streak going. So let me connect with Brady here, and we're going to get this match going. All right, guys, we are connected here against Radioactive. I'm a little bit worried about this match. He's got a couple big threats on his team, including that Volcarona, but we're going to find out what he brings here. Pretty much brings a lot of the things I expected. Does bring the Raikou. A little bit surprised to see that because I do have my Thundurus, but he probably just felt that it was so good, and I said that in the pregame, too. I just said, you know, Raikou is just such a good Pokemon, generally speaking. He brings the T-Tar, brings the Machamp, which is kind of weird. Wasn't expecting to see that, but I think we can make it work. A little bit worried about a potential AV Machamp, but I think we could work with it. No Espeon either. Brings the Registeel, even though I just switched off the layout. So I saw a lot of those things coming, a couple things I was a little off on, but regardless, let me just make my notes here. He does bring Machamp. Actually, what's funny is my notes on my you know, document over here are actually better than the ones on the screen. I kind of messed it up. I only was off by 1 over here. But anyway, leads on my end, or leads on his end rather. Potential leads on his end could be that Raikou to Volt Switch out. He could bring that Registeel to try to get those rocks up. T-Tar as well. I mean, even Machamp. Really anything could be a lead. I'm going to be pretty safe here by leading with MirrorMirror. I can get that Fake Out off on the first turn, and we can make some things happen. I don't have to worry about the Magic Bounce. So the Mold Breaker on Druddigon is mildly useless, essentially, but that's okay. I can avoid Flame Body from Volcarona in that case, and you know, break the mold otherwise. So we'll kind of see how things go here. Definitely Sableye is my lead though, so I can get that that Fake Out off right away. Make sure I get my Mega Evolution to keep those rocks on the field, as I do not want you know, we have 3 Pokemon weak to rocks, so gotta be really careful there. But looks like Scarf Gardevoir puts in some work aside from Registeel once I can get that out of the way. And that Registeel is gonna be kind of problematic, so we'll see who he leads with here. Either way, my play is to Fake Out. He's gonna leave a Trident, which is his Blastoise. So regardless, my play here now is most certainly to Mega Evolve and simply click Fake Out. This will allow me to get just a little bit of damage off on the Blastoise. I don't expect it to do much, but I might be able to gauge whether or not he is he's like, you know, super bulky or more offensive or whatever it's going to be. I might be able to get a read on that. I think we can go straight into Druddigon on the Blastoise, simply set up our Stealth Rocks, which is Druddigon's purpose. So we went for Fake Out here. Looks like it's going to do less than 10% to standard Blastoise. I'm sure he's got some HP investment, max special attack. That's typically what Blastoise runs, is like tanky sets. So either way, this Blastoise could be kind of problematic, to be perfectly honest. I might want to try to go for that Toxic, actually, with the Druddigon. I know I could beat out the Registeel, so that's not an issue. As long as he's not the Cursed Registeel. If he's not Cursed Registeel, we beat it all day. If he's like Cursed Sleep Talk, he's actually going to just straight up switch out with Blastoise, so he mispredicts the lead there, goes straight into Vulcan, which is his Volcarona, so that's fine with me, actually. I'm able to Mega Evolve here. I could go for a knockoff if I wanted to. I could do whatever we want, but our play is most certainly to go into Entei here. Entei is my dedicated response to this Volcarona. If he wants to set up a Quiver Dance, I'm not too worried about it. You can see just how little that does, not a big deal. So I'm going to make that switch. My immediate switch here is into my my Entei. If he wants to set up a Quiver Dance, etc., I know I can take any potential hit from him, so not a big deal. We're going to go straight into Entei here and kind of find out what he's going to do. If he wants to double out, it'd be a very interesting play, but he is probably just going to either go for a Quiver Dance or an offensive move. He is going to go for the Quiver Dance, actually. Very surprising to see that. Now, I know I could take any hit from this thing, even if it's like an HP, you know, whatever, not a big deal. I think my play here is actually just to go for the Sacred Fire because of the burn chance. Stone Edge would potentially kill, but Sacred Fire plus Extreme Speed kills anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going for the Sacred Fire in case he switches out here. If he does have HP Rock, again, it's not going to do much to us. Even at +1, I'm not too concerned. I am going to calc it, but if he goes for like HP Hidden Power Rock or Hidden Power Ground, really not too worried about. Yeah, he does about 50% to us at +1, but again, I kill him. So if I can knock this thing out right away, that's huge for me. And he really has not very many switch-ins for Entei. He could go into T-Tar, But the thing is he takes a Sacred Fire and then an Iron Head and his T-Tar dies. So he really doesn't have a lot of options against Entei. So I am a little bit surprised to see him setting up right away with Volcarona. A little bit surprised about that, but nevertheless. So we see Quiver Dance. Again, very obvious. I mean, every Volcarona is going to carry. It's probably got Fire Dance, Bug Buzz, maybe HP Rock. Maybe he doesn't have HP Rock. Maybe he didn't think about Entei as a response to Volcarona. But we are Assault Vest, and we have a good amount of HP, actually. Over 100 EBs into our HP to ensure that we can take this thing on pretty well. And again, Sacred Fire just really wrecks a lot of his team. Probably Blastoise is his best switch in, to be perfectly honest. Blastoise is probably, he's gonna Quiver Dance again. I don't understand that move at all. Maybe he thought I was gonna switch. Maybe he's just going for the big offensive play here. I don't know. Sacred Fire is gonna come off. We do not miss. Volcarona is actually pretty fail on the physical side, and that almost knocks him out, but now he's +2, so I'm gonna E-Speed. I have no reason not to. He's +2, so he's gonna just get knocked out by an E-Speed. Entei's gonna pick up the first kill of the match. So Entei kills Volcarona with E-Speed, and that was a nice start for us. Getting rid of that Volcarona right off the bat really takes a ton of pressure off our Entei here, as Volcarona was the primary response to Entei. So now I'm assuming his Blastoise is coming in. Feel pretty confident, and that's going to be the case. Now we know that this Entei really rips through his team. I'm not sure what he was predicting there. He might have thought I was going to double out into something and really trying to play aggressive. I think what ends up happening, and I hope I don't come off by saying this the wrong, or I don't come off the wrong way, but because of my play style, because I tend to make very, very risky plays a lot of the time, I tend to be very aggressive with how I play. I think sometimes it results in my opponent over predicting a lot of times, when realistically I'm a pretty safe player. Yeah, I'll make the aggressive plays, but that's because I've weighed out all the different options and I've come to the conclusion I've come to. So anyway, here comes the T-Tar, and I can, this is kind of tough because I know I can Iron Head here and outspeed and probably do a tremendous amount of damage to him. I mean, he does knock us out with a Stone Edge though, so that's kind of keep in mind. You know, I don't think the Iron Head is worth it. It only does about half. My switch into this thing, a little tough here. I think it's gonna be Sableye is gonna be my switch in. Let me just take a look here. Just regular T-Tar. Let's say he's like an offensive Scarf set, just out of curiosity. Sableye can come in and pretty much take any hit. I can definitely take the Stone Edge. Just gotta hit a few of those. It's gonna be tough. I could potentially burn him. Nothing on his team wants to take a burn anymore, so I'm gonna go into Sableye now, just in case. It's not worth risking Vesuvius at this point in time. I can get a knockoff off. I can get a Will-O-Wisp off. We can do a lot of things. So he's got to be fully offensively invested with 2 Stone Edges here to knock us out. So he is gonna go for that Stone Edge. He does connect. He's gonna need to hit 2 of them here, and you can tell he actually is pretty offensive. We do live though. Now the thing is, if I get a Will-O-Wisp off here, he's in a lot of trouble because he's gonna get burned by something. I mean, his switch in is most likely either, he's got a couple things. I mean, I could fake out. I could also go for the Recover to be safe. I think the Willow is just incredibly obvious. I'm gonna go for the Recover here. I am gonna go for the Recover. I think he's gonna switch, but it does seem like a pretty offensive T-Tar. I'm gonna just go for the Recover though. We saw the Stone Edge. Pretty standard. Looks like max attack. Probably Jolly nature, not adamant. But it could be Scarfed. It could be Scarfed. I'm gonna go for the Recover just to kind of see what he's gonna do. That's my safest play. I mean, I could burn him. I just don't think he's gonna stay in. He's probably gonna switch out. Because I feel like it's not worth getting burned if I was him. If I was him, I would not want to get burned. So, but this T-Tar, if it's Scarfed, actually puts in some work against me. It'll be really important for me to try to either burn it or Toxic it, or now that I realize that I wish I had Steelix this week instead of Druddigon now, because Steelix would have been able to handle the T-Tar a little bit better. But I think Recover is the proper play here. Unfortunately, the Sand does a little bit of work too, chipping us down, but he sees that we're above half here after a hit of Sandstorm and the Stone Edge. He's gonna Stone Edge again, hits it twice in a row. We should be able to live based on the min rolls. We get the Recover off, so that's fine. I know I can Recover stall this thing all day. Now we're at the point where I think it is certainly in my best interest to just click Will-O-Wisp. If he wants to try this game all day, that's fine with me. I'm not worried about it. I think the Will-O-Wisp is the proper play here, as he doesn't really have any way to get rid of status on his team. If he switches, that's fine. I'll burn something. I mean, it's really not a big deal, and Sableye will be still at half health, so I could bring it in later against the T-Tar. But really, I'm surprised he stayed in. I really thought he was going to switch, but either way, he's going to Stone Edge again, and he misses this time, so inevitably, he was going to miss those Stone Edges, right? And now we are going to burn him, and unless he's got Lum, which I don't think he will, we're in really good shape here, because this T-Tar actually can't do anything to us. Now, the problem that we're faced with, I don't want to jinx myself here, is the fact, I'm gonna recover again, obviously. I think he might be Scarfed, by the way, is if he gets a crit, and Stone Edge is a high crit move. If he gets a crit, that kind of messes up our plans, but at the very least, he is gonna be burned for the duration of the match. He's gonna switch this time, I get a free recover off, not a big deal. I'm sure he's going to Tigerzord, which is his Raikou, fine with me. I'm mixed, so I'm gonna probably just go for the knockoff here. If he wants to Volt Switch and get some damage off, that's fine. Really not too concerned. There's not much this thing can do to me, unless he's like a Specs Raikou. We are, you know, invested pretty heavily into our special defense, so I'm gonna kind of see here. Thunderbolt shouldn't do too much. I'm actually gonna go for that knockoff because I can knock off an item here. We will break his substitute, and we should be able to kind of weaken this thing a little bit, get some chip damage off on it, maybe get rid of a leftovers or a Zap Plate or a Specs or something. I don't think Scarf, but Scarf would not make any sense. But either way, my theory is that T-Tar is Scarf, but now it's burned, so that's really nice. That's really nice, and we got rid of the Volcarona already. Either way, knockoff's a great play here. MirrorMirror has already done what I needed it to do in terms of the T-Tar. I needed it to handle the T-Tar, and it did. It burned it. That's awesome. He can't get rid of the burn. He has no clerics on his team, unless he has rest, but I think he is Scarfed, just based on the way he used it. I mean, Stone Edge was his proper play, but he just kept clicking Stone Edge and didn't switch, so I'm really thinking that he was Scarfed, so we'll find out. He's gonna go for the Volt Switch, so that's fine with me. I should be able to eat this. We will get some intel, though. It does a good amount. He's Life Orb, so I was gonna say Specs, but clearly Life Orb after the damage there, which is fine. A little bit more damage on him, and Sableye is gonna be able to knock off an item on something. Hopefully, he doesn't go into Blastoise, but that is indeed what he does. He does go into Blastoise here. Still not Mega Evolved. Obviously, this knockoff is gonna do very, very little. Sandstorm's gonna go away, which is nice, and I could stay in, but I don't want to get burned by that Scald. I think this is an opportunity for me to go to Pumpkin. Pumpkin is fully specially defensive. He picked his move really quickly, so he probably just Mega Evolved Scald or Water Pulse, but Pumpkin is specially defensive. I know I can take a Scald, and I'm sure I can take an Ice Beam, and I don't want to be burned. I really don't, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. You know, it's really not a huge deal. All right, let me throw the Mold Breaker on here. Cool, so I know I could take a Scald. He is gonna go for that Scald. This should do about 16 to 20%, which is exactly what it does. He gets the burn, kind of unfortunate. I know I can live an Ice Beam though. My play here, Stealth Rocks would be lovely, very, very much so. My play is to go for Toxic here. I have to whittle this thing down to allow Scolipede to come in and win later. So as much as I want to get my rocks up, my play is most certainly Toxic here. If he wants to stay in an Ice Beam, I know I can live. But realistically, I gotta wear this thing down a little bit more before anything else happens. I do have Thundurus, actually, which, by the way, if I bring in Thundurus on a free switch-in, it is gonna wreak some havoc when I start Volt Switching around. It is actually gonna wreak some havoc when I Volt Switch around. I would love to get my rocks up, but I just feel like poisoning this thing is very valuable. He might go into T-Tar here to be safe, realizing that, you know, he's gonna be, actually, you know what though? I think there's no reason to switch out here. If I'm Brady, you don't need to switch out Blastoise because I'm burned. What am I gonna do to you? Unless he's fearing Toxic, but either way, if he goes into T-Tar, I get my rocks up. Or I go back into Sableye and then it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I would go back into Sableye just to be safe. I think his Registeel is his Rock Setter though. Because why you're not gonna bring Registeel without rocks. He's gonna Dark Pulse, so he doesn't have the Ice Beam, or he predicted a switch. Either way, this is actually why I decided not to. We get the Toxic, awesome. This is why I decided not to bring Cresselia, because I knew he was gonna have Dark Pulse. It's gonna get boosted. It's gonna do a lot of damage to us, things like that. It just made sense to me. So I'm thinking I should try to live a hit here with Pumpkin. I don't think we will. Maybe we can live, maybe he'll predict we'll switch. My play here, I'm actually gonna go for the Stealth Rocks in case we live. If he just Dark Pulses and kills us, that's fine. Our job is done here. I don't think we're gonna live this. I really don't, but maybe on one. Nah, Pumpkin's not gonna live that. So kind of a bummer there. So Blastoise kills Druddigon with Dark Pulse, so that's fine. It did what I needed it to do. It weakened the Blastoise to the point now where we can put in some work. So let me just take a quick second here to take a look at Thundurus, because I'm thinking he might be in Volt Switch range. He is most certainly in Volt Switch range. We are going straight into Thundurus and we are clicking Volt Switch. We have nothing to lose by clicking Volt Switch here. If he wants to go to Raikou, that's fine. He wants to go to Registeel, that's even more fun. We're clicking Volt Switch, I lose nothing. That E-Belt really powers that up. Getting rid of this Blastoise means Scolipede has a very, very easy path. Well, maybe. Scolipede has a better path to victory. Still a little worried about the Machamp there, which is why Sableye is crucial. We'll have to kind of keep safe here, because I'm definitely worried about that Machamp. Druddigon wouldn't have beat the Machamp anyway, but Gardevoir could put in some work, and we are Scarfed, so that's really nice. Actually, once Registeel's gone, we click Moonblast with Gardevoir, and we're gonna put in the work. So we have a couple different win conditions at this point in time, but he's got to something is gonna die here, whether it's the Blastoise or he switches to we're gonna get the momentum here that we want. So this ends up being okay. That was a very useful death, I would say, from Druddigon. Druddigon was a useful death. Got the Toxic off on the Blastoise, put a lot of pressure on him. Didn't get the rocks up, kind of a bummer. Maybe I should have went for Stealth Rocks instead of Toxic, but now we're wearing down the Blastoise long term, which allows my Scolipede to beat it later with a Mega Horn, which is huge, because I don't want to take a Scald from this thing, so. I do love Mega Blastoise, though. I feel like it's one of the Megas, it gets kind of overshadowed by Mega Venusaur, and Mega Charizard variants, but Mega Blastoise is pretty sweet, man. So he's gonna go into the Tigerzord. So this is his Raikou here, which I know I could easily just simply go for the Volt Switch. We already know that. And actually, my play now is to go into my Entei. Entei comes in here, and I know he's Life Orb, so I know I can live any hit, even if it's an Electric type move. Now that Volcarona's gone, Entei's usefulness has decreased a little bit, so I am gonna just strictly go into my Entei here, and I can just click Sacred Fire, which is wonderful. Even if he wants to Volt Switch out into T-Tar, I don't really care. It's burned. It doesn't bother me. It's burned. I'm clicking Sacred Fire here because I could Iron Head. I could, but I just don't think it's worth it. I think the safe play is the better play. So he's at about 60%. Blastoise is about, let's say, 60% roughly. T-Tar's burned, but not too weak. Obviously, Volcarona's gone. He's still got that Registeel at full. Entei is important for the Registeel. I will say that. It is very important for the Registeel. But he's not going to kill me in one hit. I'm AV. So if he wants to go to T-Tar here, it doesn't matter. I just go into Sableye every time. I can knock off. I can burn things. It'll be good. Once I get rid of that Scarf from the T-Tar too, which is what I'm still assuming, we're going to be in good shape. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going to just go for that Volt Switch here. This is going to reveal our Assault Vest, but you can see there, we actually take that pretty well. He's going to go down to about 50% roughly. Something is going to take a hit here, though. So we know he's got Volt Switch. That's all we've seen from the Raikou. Here comes Dragonzord, which is the, you know, the T-Tar thing. So, again, I'm not going to stay in because I think he's Scarfed. I don't want to take a critical hit Stone Edge, and I actually miss the Sacred Fire. But I guess if there was a time where I was going to miss Sacred Fire, that was probably the best time for it to happen. So I don't want to risk it staying in. I think he's Scarfed. Actually, I don't know if I want to... The problem is MirrorMirror can come in here, but now I'm actually in a bit of a tough spot. Because Stone Edge will kill from here, and I need this thing. I am going to go into Sableye. And we'll see what happens. I'm sure he's just going to Stone Edge. He's got Pursuit, actually. Very interesting to see the Pursuit. We're going to live that, though, because he's burned. But we see the Pursuit on the T-Tar. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Good plays on his part. This will give me an opportunity to recover, though, which I think is worth it, even if the Blastoise comes in here. What are my switch-ins, though? If he goes into Blastoise, what do I do? Well, I guess, I think the recover is too worth it right now. I feel like I have to recover. And then what I'll do is I'll go into Gardevoir. Because Gardevoir can come in and just Energy Ball something. Unless he goes into Registeel. Alright, let's think about this here. My play right now is predict the switch. I'm going into Flash Drive. I'm making a double into Flash Drive, predicting the switch into Blastoise. He knows my set already. He knows I can't touch Blastoise. I'm going to make the play. Very surprised to see the Pursuit and that he went for it there. Had I went for Iron Head, we would have killed this thing. So kind of a bummer. Wasn't going to over-predict that, though. I do think he's Scarf, so I think he's going to switch out. So we're going into Thundurus here. Predicting the Blastoise. Once I get Thundurus in, I can fire off some pretty mean hits. He is going to switch out here, so not surprised there. And he goes straight into Tigerzord, actually, so not the Blastoise. Instead, he goes into his Raikou, which is actually okay. We have a decent amount of... I think we could live any hit from a Life Orb Raikou. He can't go for an electric move. What? Can he kill me in one hit? I don't think so. This has got like HP Ice, but even then, I don't think that kills. Let me take a look at Raikou if he is Life Orb. Set of specs. I think I could live in HP Ice. Let me see. Life Orb, but where's the Life Orb? I could definitely live in HP Ice, so I'm just gonna go for the knockoff. I actually outspeed him for some reason, and we don't kill, but we got rid of his Life Orb, which is gonna help us out. He's gonna hit us with a hidden power, so he actually doesn't have a lot of speed on this thing. You can tell. He gets a crit, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. That just did a lot. Wow. Okay, I'm really surprised that we outsped there. He doesn't have a lot of speed on his Raikou, which is why he lived. I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch this turn because I would like to switch out, I think. I'm gonna knock him out either way. I don't think he's gonna save this thing. I'm gonna Volt Switch. I'll assume we're gonna outspeed. We do. So Flash Drive's gonna pick up this kill here. Thundurus kills Raikou with Volt Switch. So that's another threat out of the way. I like it. So Raikou goes down. So now I'm definitely worried about the Registeel. I don't want the Registeel coming in. I don't want to get Pursuit Trapped by T-Tar again. I think Arwen is my play. Well, the Registeel is problematic. MirrorMirror actually comes in and just does a lot of work to everything not called Blastoise. I could fake out on first turn anyway. Let's go to MirrorMirror here. Allow me to fake out on the first turn, potentially get rid of the leftovers on the Registeel. I could sack this thing off if I need to get a free switch into Entei on the Registeel. Couple different options there. Just trying to weigh out my options, playing around a potential Scarf T-Tar, because that's what I'm really feeling it is. But I'm glad we got rid of the Raikou. 2 Pokemon down, Raikou and Registeel, or I'm sorry, Volcarona. The T-Tar is burned, so much less of a threat than it was before. Blastoise is poisoned, so much less of a threat than it was before. Machamp is at full health, and Registeel's at full health. We haven't seen either Machamp nor Registeel, so... I'm still worried about the Registeel, though. Still worried about that potential for it to just set up curses, because if it starts setting up curses, it's going to be very challenging for me to beat it. Just because I don't have a lot of good answers for it, if he's got Iron Head Curse. So, we'll see what happens. But based on the fact that I think his T-Tar is Scarfed, actually, pretty sure his Registeel is Stealth Rocks. So if it has Stealth Rocks, that means it doesn't have Curse, Rest, Sleep Talk, Iron Head. So maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. He doesn't have the Curse, Rest, Talk, Sleep Talk. I mean, Rest, Sleep Talk, Curse, Iron Head, because he would have Stealth Rocks. So, here comes Trident, which is a Blastoise, so that's fine. My play here is actually to go for the Fake Out on the first turn. As we haven't attacked yet, so I believe Fake Out will work here. I believe that's how it works. It's the first turn we're attacking, so I'd imagine Fake Out works. Even though we came in through a Volt Switch, I would assume Fake Out works that way. This will allow us to get more chip damage off on him. We're gonna use Fake Out. It does work. Whew. I was a little worried there. It might not. Alright, so we're gonna get that poison damage off on him as well. Now, unfortunately, because my switches are starting to get more and more limited here, I think this is a great opportunity for us to go into Arwen, who is at full health. I don't want to risk MirrorMirror, so I think it has some viability in beating the T-Tar later. So I'm going to take that chance and go into our Gardevoir, which is weak to this Blastoise. It's going to take a lot of damage from a Skull. It's going to take a lot of damage from a lot of things, but to me, it's actually the least useful member of the team at this point in time, now that Raikou's gone. Even though it helps against the Machamp, I think this thing is really good. It's a good switch in here. So we're going to Trace. We're going to get his Mega Launcher. Doesn't matter. I'm sure he's just going to go for the Scald. He's actually going to go for the Dark Pulse here. That's a neutral hit. Does a good amount. It's going to do about half to us. He's going to take that Toxic damage. And I don't know what he's going to do here. What I don't want to happen is I don't want him to get a free switch into Registeel. I don't want him to get a free switch into Registeel. but I think this is worth saving. I'm gonna go for the Energy Ball, which should knock him out. I'm gonna Calc Moonblast too, just to be safe. Mega Blastoise. I'm thinking Moonblast actually should knock him out from here unless he's fully HP invested, but based on the damage, I don't think he is. Moonblast does 37 to 45. I think that'll kill. If he goes into Registeel, though, that could be problematic. In fact, I think he will go into Registeel, which I don't want to happen, but I can just go into Sableye, and if I have to hit the emergency button, we can kind of figure it out if he is the curse set. Let's go for that Moonblast, see what he's going to do here. I'm sure he's going to go into Registeel, or he's going to sack this thing off. I'm not sure. I think Registeel is his smartest play here. I mean, I feel confident saying that's the smartest play. But I don't actually have coverage for it. I don't Focus Blast. He might think I have Focus Blast, but I don't. He stays in. This Moonblast should be able to knock out the Blastoise here. That's a huge, huge pickup for us if we're able to get this kill, and we do. I'm very surprised he's not going to Registeel there, but I'm not going to be mad. Gardevoir kills Blastoise with Moonblast. This game is far from over, though. This game is far from over. I'm very, very worried still about a couple of his Pokemon. Here comes John Cena, which is his Machamp. I am positive he is going to go for Bullet Punch here, but because I don't want to risk it, I'm going to go for the Moonblast. I don't want to give him a free switch. He is going to go for the Bullet Punch, knock us out. I don't want to give him that free switch, so Machamp kills Gardevoir with Bullet Punch. There was nothing I could do there about that play. Not much I could do there. So now I'm thinking I should go into... the nice thing is Vesuvius can definitely live a hit if I need to. Mirror can probably just straight up wall this thing. The problem is I think he's probably Guts. That's the thing I'm worried about the most, is him being Guts right now. Not really worth bringing in Crimson yet. Crimson is more in a little bit. Flash Drive can probably live a Bullet Punch. We 4 times resist. Should I just go into Flash Drive and click T-Bolt? I just don't know if I'm gonna live it. Let me see here. Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch does 12 to 14%. We're at 37 out of 155, which is 23%. So we should be able to live a Bullet Punch from this thing. Unless he's Choice Banded. Or, I don't think he gets Iron Fist, does he? I think we could live the Bullet Punch. Let me just look at Machamp here. I don't think he gets Iron Fist. He gets No Guard and Guts, I think. No Guard, Guts. Okay, I'm going to make that play. We're going into Flash Drive here. This will give me an opportunity to go for a big T-Bolt here and just do as much damage as I can to this thing. Now that Blastoise is gone, this is what I think is the best play. I think I can live a Bullet Punch, though. I'm going to go for T-Bolt. See if he goes for the Bullet Punch. We should be able to live, though. That's one of the nice things about Thundurus. Its typing is very unique and electric flying. Allows them to resist things like a lot of priority. Resist a lot of priority. Resist Mach Punch. Resist Bullet Punch. Things like that, making it a great opportunity to set up on Pokemon. Because if you get like Agilities up, they're not able to really do much to you. So anyway, we saw the Bullet Punch there from this Machamp, which is very scary. He's gonna stay in here. He's gonna get hit with this this Thunderbolt here. That is definitely 1,000,000% Assault Vest. He goes for the Stone Edge and does connect. So we see he's 1,000,000% Assault Vest. Now, what I'm gonna have to do here is Entei's gotta come in. Or no, does Entei gotta come in? I can't go to Scolipede yet. Ah, man, this is getting a little hairy here. Machamp kills Thundurus with Stone Edge. Okay, so Stone Edge knocks me out. Okay, so let's think about this. Vesuvius can definitely live a hit. The problem is, if I go for... I need to kill him here. I have to kill him here. I think I'm gonna go to MirrorMirror. MirrorMirror is the safest bet. The problem is I don't wanna burn him. I should have went for MirrorMirror first and knocked him off. I don't wanna burn him. I don't wanna burn him. I need Entei as well as I can get here. All right, we're gonna go for the Fake Out. I think. Just get some chip damage off on him. Do I think he's gonna switch here into anything? What would his switch be? I mean, he could go into Registeel. Doesn't really matter. Let's go for the Fake Out. Get some chip damage off on him. I think he's gonna be Guts though. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want him to get, you know, get a big hit off here if he is Guts Machamp. Bullet Punch, Stone Edge, probably fighting type move. He might have Foresight. Should be weird. No, he's got AV. He's definitely AV. Okay, so he doesn't have any utility moves. Definitely AV. Go for that Fake Out, and then we're gonna recover up on him. I think I could live any hit. So Let's take a look here. Mega Sableye versus Machamp. This Machamp has actually become quite of an issue for my team at this point in time. I can definitely live any hit from him. We actually wall him pretty much. The problem is I don't want to burn him because I think he's guts. That's the problem. All right, how much? What is our goal here with Scolipede, damage-wise? We're gonna do about 50% to him with Earthquake. So we really got to wear him down here. We got to get him a little bit lower to beat him with Scolipede. Or at least get Entei to E-speed him. But the problem is, I think that T-Tar Scarf, so I have to be very, very careful about how I handle Entei, because if I send an Entei, he brings in T-Tar, pursuits, traps us, we're in a lot of trouble. That's going to be a guessing game that I don't want to chance. He's going to stay in, we're going to get the fake out off here, going to do a little bit of damage to him, bring him close to that 50%, not quite where we need to be yet, but I'm going to recover up here, and then I'm going to knock off on the following turn. I want to see what he's going to do before we do anything else here. The health on Sableye is incredibly important to make this work, and this is unfortunate because if I had Calm Mind Sableye today, we would be able to set up on the T-Tar earlier. We would have been. I should have brought Calm Mind Sableye as I said in our pregame, but I decided to go with you know, the more utility set to kind of help out with the rest of the team and give the rest of the team some support, and it's been very good. I just don't want to click. I don't want to click Will-O-Wisp, man, because I know he's gonna be guts, and if I give him that guts boost, that is a problem. That is a problem. So let's see what he's gonna do here. I might just be able to keep knocking off and recovering damage. He's gonna Stone Edge. He does hit the Stone Edge. We should be able to live this no problem, which we do. We get the recover off, which is wonderful, and we're discouraging him from really doing a whole lot to us. We can recover. I can recover on the next turn, get myself back up to full, which is what I'm going to do here. I want to get as high of health as I can. He's gonna Stone Edge again. He does connect. Eventually he will run out though. He's only got a few of those. He might be banking on the crit here. My play is 1,000,000% just to continue to click recover. Even a crit won't matter here. I want to get up to full so I can go for the knockoff, get rid of his Assault Vest, and do just a little bit more chip damage to him. I believe that was his 1, 2, 3. That's 3 Stone Edges. So 3 Stone Edges. Haven't seen any other moves from him. He probably realizes this is a war that he most likely will not win. Against Sableye. He would need multiple crits. He's playing with a move that doesn't hit very often. He's going to Stone Edge again, hits it again, so that's 4 Stone Edges now. No crit though, which is nice, and I get to just continue to click recover. I know this is kind of a super stally way to go about things, but it's also the smart way to go about things. Okay, our play here is to go for the knockoff now, get a little bit of damage off on this thing. I should be able to live 2 Stone Edges, and he is most certainly ready to miss a Stone Edge eventually. This knockoff could be good if he goes into Registeel, which he's been holding in the back for so long now. Maybe it's just a useless Pokemon. Maybe it just doesn't match up well or whatever, but oh man, I gotta keep. Entei needs to be the one to beat. He's gonna switch out here, so this knockoff's gonna come through. He might go into T-Tar. He goes into Baymax, so here comes the Registeel. Very worried about this thing. I want to find out what item he has. He has Air Balloon. I doubt he is the curse set or whatever, so there's my my knockoff there. I have to find out if he's cursed or not. I'm gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. I need to find out if he's that curse set or not. But we got rid of his Air Balloon, so at least he doesn't have leftovers. He's gonna Earthquake us, so he is not the set that I was worried about, which is awesome. We can burn him. If he does have Rest or whatever, that's not a big deal. Will-O-Wisp is gonna come off here, and that will weaken this thing. As long as I don't see a curse, we are in good shape, guys. As long as I don't see a curse, we are doing just fine. I could switch in a Scolipede here now that he is weakened. He's burned. I mean, what is he really gonna do to us? It's a little early though. I'm gonna go for another knockoff here. Maybe I can catch the T-Tar. Once that T-Tar loses his Scarf, I automatically win, basically, with Entei. Once the T-Tar loses his Scarf, as long as I hit my Sacred Fires, we win. If he goes for Rest, though... Well, no, he can't. He's not going to be Rest Sleep Talk. He can't be. He's got Earthquake. It wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't make sense. Not with me having a Thunderous. You don't run Rest, Sleep, Talk, Curse. I've been so worried about this Rest, Sleep, Talk, Curse Registeel because I've been swept by it so many times on Showdown RU. It's a very good Pokemon if you have an opportunity to set up, but you would typically carry Leftovers or Chesto on it. Or even just Resto Chesto. Air Balloon, that would have been cool. Maybe he was saving it to try to switch it into a Scolipede, which actually isn't a bad idea. Now that I think about it, he switched into an EQ on a Scolipede. I can't do anything to him. Switch it to T-Tar, please, so I can get this knockoff here. He's gonna go into CENA, so either way, man, I get the knockoff off on the CENA. That is gonna weaken it a little bit more and continue to open the door for us to. I'm assuming he's got an Assault Vest. We do knock off his Assault Vest, so not a big deal. I'm gonna go for a. I guess we just go for another knockoff here. Or just go for recover. I'm pretty sure we can live 2. I'm gonna go for the safe recover. I wanna see what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for Stone Edge again. He connects again. I'm just worried about that crit Stone Edge, really. That's gonna bring us back to full. So now we're at full. So now I'm gonna click knock off again and try to weaken this thing. I just don't wanna go for the Willow right now. That's 5 Stone Edges. I believe you only get 8, if I'm not mistaken. I can't risk sacrificing anything right now. All right, I'm gonna go for the knockoff. I don't want to burn him. I just don't want to burn him. Knockoff isn't gonna do much, but it's gonna do a little bit. It's gonna do a little bit. It is stab. It might be a 2 or 3 hit KO here, but it's the play. He's gonna Stone Edge again. He hits it again. This man hits every Stone Edge. That's 6 in a row. You can see we could live it no problem, though we might actually be even in better shape here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go for the recover again. He's gonna Stone Edge, and he hits it again. This man hits every Stone Edge. It's amazing. I know he missed 1 earlier, but I don't think that one that he missed even mattered earlier. He was like burn T-Tar. Absolutely amazing how many Stone Edges this guy can hit. I'm gonna go for recover one more time. I think that's his last Stone Edge. I think. That was 8, so let me look. Stone Edge. I'm pretty sure you only get, yeah, he's only got 8. I'm pretty sure I counted that right. I don't think he has any more Stone Edges, so pretty sure we're good to just click knock off now. If I counted that right, he's out of Stone Edges. I think he went for 8 of them. That was kind of funny. So he's got a fighting move, probably Ice Punch. Ice Punch, fighting move, maybe, you know, Drain Punch, whatever. Bullet Punch, and Stone Edge. So, unless he's got EQ, but I don't think he's got EQ. He's gonna switch into T-Tar, please. There it is. We're gonna get rid of the Choice Scarf and the T-Tar. If I was proper on this and I predicted this T-Tar to have Choice Scarf, I'm gonna be very proud of myself because I saved the right Pokemon I needed to save to ensure that I could beat Scarf T-Tar at the end. He was E-Belt this whole time. I was wrong. I was wrong this whole time. Oh man, I was wrong this entire time. He was E-Belt, not Scarf. What the heck? That's always so funny when that happens. So funny when that happens. Okay, well, not a big deal. Sableye wins. Sableye wins this match. I just clicked knockoff a bunch of times. Unless he crits us with a Stone Edge, which is a high crit move. He doesn't crit there. See just how little that does. Burn plus knockoff damage, which is very little. He's gonna wear this thing down, so he is going to really poor Brady. I feel bad, guys. Poor Brady, because this is pretty dreadful, man. He's just got to sit here in front of this Sableye, which is going to just stall him out all day. He's gonna Stone Edge again. He misses, so he finally misses a Stone Edge. Fine by me. I'm not switching out, though. There's no reason for me to switch out here. You know, the only thing is, if I was the Calm Mind set, we would have been able to win through that, but we're in good shape here. I'm gonna go for knockoff. We'll get the kill from Burn. Actually, my play is actually to recover, I think. Just to be safe, we're gonna recover. There's no reason not to. Unless he's got Rest, which I don't think he does. He's got Pursuit, Stone Edge, likely, I don't know. He's not DD, though. He wasn't DD, so I don't know what he was trying to do. But I think Sableye is gonna call it to be able to pick this one up. Because he's out of Stone Edges on Machamp, so he pretty much can't touch us. He's gonna hit us with a Stone Edge here. No crit, so he doesn't get any. Oh, he gets the crit. That was a crit this time. Okay, that just shows how bulky this thing is. Jeez, that barely did anything. I'm actually surprised. Will the Burn knock him out this turn, though? Or is it one more turn? I'll probably just recover again to be safe, just to ensure that we're at max health. Yeah, he is at very little health here. Sableye does get the kill due to the Burn regardless, so my play is to recover. So it's fine with me. He's gonna hit the Stone Edge again, but Sableye kills T-Tar with Burn from Will-O-Wisp. So that's cool. So T-Tar goes down. He's just left with Registeel and Machamp. And the Registeel is burned. The Machamp is incredibly weakened. And we're in good shape, man. We're in good shape. I am going to preserve for differential. So I'm going to sit here and knock off and recover and do the shenanigans. Here comes the Registeel. You know what I'm going to do? It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Let's do it. We're going into Crimson. Because what is this thing gonna do to me? He's gonna Earthquake me right now. He's burned. Crimson can live the hit. Let's do it. If all else fails, I'll switch back. But let's get Crimson some action here, man. Crimson could win this match for us, I think. We'll see. He's gonna go for EQ. We should be able to say this. He's burned. Like, how much is this gonna do? Look at that. What was that? Did you throw like a pebble at me? Crimson's so good, dude. All right, we'll click Earthquake. I don't think it's gonna kill, but it's gonna do a good amount. I don't think it'll kill. I'm not even gonna calc it at this point now, but here comes the Earthquake from Crimson. Does not kill, brings him down to a very low amount of health though. And he might have a rock type move. He's gonna get up his stealth rocks. Very interesting to go for stealth rocks here. I'm just gonna click Earthquake now, I think. Actually. How much does a Bullet Punch do from Machamp? This is gonna sound really funny for me to be even looking into this. How much is a Bullet Punch gonna do to Scolipede? Very little. 25%, very little. All right, we're gonna click Earthquake. Let's just knock him out. There it is. All right, cool. So, Scolipede kills Registeel with EQ. All right, now he just has his Machamp left, which I believe we can kill with an EQ. If not, I can always just switch into Sableye and win there. So it's really, it doesn't matter. Let me see how much health he's at. I know I could live a Bullet Punch though. He's at a really low amount of health. I forgot he was that low. All right, EQ does kill. And I'm pretty sure we can live a Bullet Punch aside from a crit. He doesn't even go for the Bullet Punch, so it doesn't even matter. We are gonna be able to knock him out, I'm sure. Scolipede, yep, there you go. Kills Machamp with EQ. And that is gonna be the match, man. We're gonna pick up a nice little 3-0 victory over my good friend Radioactive, guys. I definitely encourage you to check out his channel in the description below. He played really well, actually. He made some really good plays and was able to kind of, you know, put some pressure on there. I was a little nervous about that Machamp towards the end, but luckily for us, Sableye was able to hold it down. We kind of did a little bit of stalling at the end to play safe to ensure the victory and the 3-0, but I decided to speed things up there and give Scolipede a couple kills. So Scolipede picks up 2 kills. Sableye could have had all 3, but I'll give him to Scolipede. He's in the running for MVP right now, and I want to show just how good this thing is. So that was awesome. That was a good match, guys. Don't forget the question today. Like the video if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna catch you guys next week in the NPA with the Metapods. Of course, we are now 7-1, feeling pretty good about that. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan, also by aDrive. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.